I'm gonna do a small tackle warehouse unboxing video today. So not a very big order, just over $60 worth I got from the Labor Day sale with 15% off. I tried to do this video the other day while out on a hike. Had a pretty scenic background to it and everything, but the wind kind of ruined the video, so I have to redo it here in my living room. So the first thing I got here is a 6 cents Cloud 9 crankbait. Everybody always says these 6 cents crankbaits always come right out of the box with the best hardware, so you don't have to replace any of the split rings or the hooks. And people always talk about how good the paint scheme on them are. This is a Backwater Bluegill color. It's a 5/8 ounce and it dives 8 to 12 feet. I was looking for something that dove around 10 feet, and this kind of fit the bill. And I wanted to try. It's my first 6 cents lure. Probably won't be the last. I kind of like the looks of it. Next thing I got here is another popular crankbait. This is a lipless crankbait. This is the Strike King Red-Eyed Shad 2-tap tungsten version. This is actually the first one of these that I've ever got. I always hear people talk about how good they are and how it's a must-have. And I like throwing lipless. I always like how you can bomb cast them out there and do different retrieves on them. Really good baits for early spring and fall time. This is the orange Craw color. This is also the 1/2 ounce version. And I'm sure I'll probably be getting more of these too on the Black Friday sale that's going to be coming up. Next thing I got is some custom cast lures, the Closer Shakey heads. I already have some of these in the 1/4 ounce size. This is actually the 1/8 ounce. I wanted something a little bit lighter. Caught quite a few fish on the 1/4 ounce size this year. And they come with football style jig heads on them. Pretty big hooks. They're really good for Texas rigging craws or some kind of plastic worm or something. They come in 10 per pack, and 15% off is pretty decent deal for some shaky heads. Really good quality. Next thing I got is some Owner Sniper Finesse hooks. These are going to be for when I throw Neko rig mostly. These do have barbs on them, so I'm not sure when I'm going to use them. Maybe when I'm fishing for more bigger fish, because I'm kind of in the process of just switching to barbless hooks right now. Other than that, these are some really good hooks. Come highly recommended by quite a few people, including Tactical Bassin. I usually use the 1/0, but I wanted to go with something a little bit smaller this time and try a size 1. And from the looks of it, if I do get some more of these, it'll probably go with the size 1 on these. These have really good barbs on them, so when the fish do get hooked, they tend to stay pinned. Next thing I got here is some Spro Dual Lock snaps. They're rated up for 40 pounds, size 1. Come in 11 per pack. Pretty good, strong, small snaps for crankbaits when you want to switch lures a lot. You bring one rod with you or something. You don't want to waste line. You know, line can be expensive and you have to keep cutting off and retying. You can go through some line pretty quick. So a lot of my crankbait rods and moving bait rods, I like to use these. Even sometimes I'm throwing Texas rig or Neko rig, and the water's stained or something like that, and I might be using a couple other different lures or whatever that day, I'll go ahead and just tie a snap on anyway. Next thing I got is first tungsten that I ever got. These are 3/16 ounce tour grade Strike King tungsten bullet weights. I've never got any tungsten before because the price on them was just kind of ridiculous, and we don't have any lakes around here that are basically lead free, so I usually just throw lead. But I like how small these are. They'll probably get caught up and snagged a lot less than lead will. So I'm going to try these out and probably be the start of me collecting some tungsten. Next thing I got in here is some owner safety caps. I believe this is the large version. I needed some for some square bills and larger crankbaits with some really big treble hooks on them that I didn't have any safety caps for. I have a bunch of safety caps, just none that were quite big enough for some of my larger treble hooks, and I'm sure these are gonna do nicely. I have some of this brand, and so far these have been the nicest and easiest to pull on and off. Nice bright colors. Next thing I got here is some Yum Ned Craws. This is green pumpkin red. Come in 8 per pack. Really nice looking. I usually get the Z-Man TRD Craws. It's one of my, probably is my favorite Ned rig bait. But these are quite a bit cheaper, $2.99 a pack. So I wanted to give these a try out and see if there's that much a difference between the Z-Man Elastec plastic they use and plastic that Yum is using. I really like the color though. Next thing I got is, like I said, I wanted to get away from lead a little bit. Needed some heavier bullet weights and decided to try some still sinkers out. These are 3/8 ounce, and I've learned that still is pretty big for their weight. I mean, these look like actual 38 9mm caliber bullets, but they should be good for maybe punching some sparsely covered grass areas, stuff like that. Usually don't use 3/8 ounce bullet weights too much, but sometimes I may need to. Which brings me to the next thing, and these are 1/2 ounce still bullet weights. These things are huge. If I ever wanted to punch a Texas rig through some mats or grass or something, I think these would probably be my best bet out of what I got anyway. And I got some line. I'm pretty familiar with this line. Used it quite a few times. Same line, 12-pound. It's a pretty decent price, $9.99 for 330-yard spool. It's a Trilene Sensation. 12-pound line, just about my go-to line around here. Don't really deal with too big of a fish. Not a whole lot of cover I have to really deal with. Next thing I got is some more line. First time I'm trying this line out. This is Sunline Supernatural. It's a more monofilament line. Got it in 10-pound, 12-pound, both 330-yard spools. And this was actually like $5.50 with the 15% off, which that's a pretty good deal. And I always hear people talk about how good this line is. So I wanted to give it a try, and I know Sunline makes some of the best fluorocarbon there is. And the price, I mean, can't really beat that. I'll use 10 pound for my crankbait and probably 12 pound for Neko rigs. And that's it. Just a pretty small order, but a few things I've been wanting to try out. A few things I needed. I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I'll see you guys soon.